yon mga bakla! Welcome to Rappler's special coverage of the 2023 Metro Manila Pride Festival in Circuit Events Ground in Makati City. I'm Russell Fu.
And I'm Cara Oliver.
So actually, bumabalik ng mga tao from Pride March. We just held a live of people exiting the Pride March for Circuit Makati. They're now coming back here. So actually, this is my first time going to the Pride March.
How has it been for you, your first Pride March?
This is my first, actually, to clarify, nationwide Pride March. So I went to a Pride March in school in Ateneo, but this is way more electric than what I expected here. Cara, how many times have you been to Metro Manila Pride?
Well, this has been my third Metro Manila Pride. The first one was in 2019 in Marikina, literally right after my college graduation. This year's experience has been better. Well, for the first reason, mas okay yung self-service. May self-service siya ngayon. Pero at the same time, parang mas dumadami yung tao, mas nararamdaman mo yung LGBT na.
Speaking of mas dumadami, as I said, people are just coming back here at Circuit Makati Event Grounds. So, why are they marching here today, Cara?
Well, today they are marching to celebrate their accomplishments, but also to continue to fight to protect their rights and fight for their right to love who they love. This year, they have two iterations. One is here in Circuit Makati for the Metro Manila Pride March, and the other one is in Quezon City at the Quezon City Circle. Makati is the host for this year's Metro Manila Pride with the theme, Tayo ang Kulayaan, Samut-saring Lakas, Sama-sama ang Landas. The march began around 4 o'clock, and they're about to start the evening show, I think, as people are coming back already. The route started at Theater Drive, all the way to JP Rizal and Kalayaan Avenue, and right now, they're getting back to where they started. Admission was free, and it still is free. You can still come here, and pets were allowed at the march, but not in the venue. This year's host, Makati, has yet to pass anti-discrimination ordinances to protect members of the LGBTQ from discriminatory acts such as not being allowed entry to establishments and verbal and physical abuse, among others. The Metro Manila Pride is meant to push the SOGI Equality Bill and anti-discrimination ordinances in local government.
Okay, so as you see, medyo mas lumalakas na yun ang music right here in Makati. So meanwhile, while people are coming back from the Pride March in Makati, there's also another Pride March in Quezon City with the team Love Laban by Pride Page. So it's a coalition of LGBTQ plus groups such as Pantay and the ASEAN Soji Caucus, and it's also supported by the Quezon City local government. This year's Pride March is star-studded with drag queens from Drag Race Philippines and drag den such as Precious Paula Nicole, Marina Summers, and Naiya, among others. Miss Universe Philippines Michelle 2023 Michelle D, who recently came out as bisexual, and Andrea Brillantes will join the festivities. So there's also a recent controversy din kanina where Pride Page had to drop OPM ban Silent Sanctuary from the Love Laban sa QC program after allegations of homophobic actions done by the band members went viral on social media. Pride Page said that they are taking full accountability now, and they apologize for initially including them in the roster. So, for a historical context din, QC is also where the first Pride March was held in June 26, 1994 by the Progressive Organization of Gays in the Philippines and the Metropolitan Community Church. In Quezon City din, there was also a historic announcement by Mayor Joy Belmonte. So they just launched the Right to Care card. So it was announced yesterday during a City Hall by City Hall. So the Right to Care card hopes to give LGBTQ plus couples the right to decide the healthcare or medical matters of their partners. So there will be a special power of attorney or contract, and it's possibly the first of its kind in the country. Meanwhile, there are also Pride Marches happening today in other cities and provinces nationwide, such as Antipolo City, Cebu, Cagayan de Oro, and Davao. Meron din mga Pride Marches bukas din sa Dumaguete at Mandaue City in Cebu.
Even though there is a larger LGBTQ representation in different sectors, such as politics and the media, among others, there's still a huge hurdle to pass, even an anti-discrimination law in the Philippines. A country regarded as one of the friendliest for LGBTQ people in Asia.
And kahit na there are several cities and provinces that have implemented anti-discrimination ordinances, it's so important na kailangan ng nationwide order to protect LGBTQ plus people from the harsh realities that they face every day. Throughout our Pride coverage, Rappler has talked to people who have faced discrimination due to their sexual orientation and gender identity, from being repeatedly misgendered on the streets, microaggression from family members, denial of employment due to one's sexuality, and also someone not being able to see one's partner after having a heart attack. And we also have mga gender identities and sexual orientation that have yet to go into the mainstream, such as gender fluid, pansexual, asexual, among others. So Cara, medyo matagal na yung SOGI Equality Bill. So when was it first filed?
Well, the first SOGI bill was filed over 20 years ago by the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago and former Akbayan Representative Eta Rosales. Although there has been significant progress even with the proposed bill being passed on third reading at the 17th Congress, there are still major hurdles to overcome, especially from lawmakers belonging to religious groups.
Especially now in the 19th Congress, there is a lot of opposition for the bill. For example, in October 2022, Manila Representative Benny Abante filed a bill that seeks to make illegal, quote-unquote, the preventing, prohibiting, or otherwise interfering with the free exercise and enjoyment by heterosexual in their right to religious expression. Aside from that, in February, the SOGI bill was also reverted to the committee level after Senate Majority Leader Joel Villanueva presented bills from letters from religious groups during the Senate plenary. So for context, the senator belongs to the born-again Christian group Jesus is Lord movement, which is founded by his father and current Sibac representative Eddie Villanueva. He also said that the bill is quote-unquote not an urgent measure, which drew the ire of proponents such as Senator Risa Ontiveros, who compared the pace of the SOGI Equality Bill to other measures such as the Maharlika Investment Fund Bill, which is now awaiting the signature of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. It's also important to note then that President Sara Duterte has expressed support for the bill, but said that quote-unquote, good things take time. However, there's always a question why does it take such time if people face everyday realities such as being denied graduation because of how they express themselves, they have to also go through microaggressions every day by their loved ones, and many more. So we've gotten statements from various groups today as people march through the streets. So do you know some statements, Cara?
Well, Akbayan Party List calls specifically on Villanueva to quote open his heart and widen his view when it comes to LGBT measures. They call on all senators, particularly the members of Committee on Rules, to bring the SOGI Equality Bill to the plenary and vote for its approval for the sake of the people they represent.
Aside from that, Kabataan Party List said that while the SOGI Equality Bill has managed to hurdle at the House Committee level, they still did slam the priorities of the Marcos administration over other measures that take precedent over the SOGI Equality Bill, such as what I said, for example, the Maharlika Investment Fund, or even the mandatory ROTC program, which is a priority measure of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. And he even announced it during his first SONA. So he said that, quote-unquote, they said there's no pride that the Marcos Jr. administration's missed priorities for policies that serve to ensure their own hold on power by silencing the youth and plundering and profiteering of public funds, quote-unquote. Aside from that, Greenpeace Philippines campaigner Yunil Santos also pushed for the passage of the SOGI Equality Bill, saying that climate justice is queer justice, especially the fact that LGBTQ people are the worst affected by climate disasters, especially when they are attended to during recovery and relief efforts. Santos hoped that there's a stronger voice for a just transition to a safer and sustainable planet. So really, while people are still gathering here right now at Circuit Makati, there will be an evening program later at 6, so follow us for more updates then. So where can people follow us?
Well, they can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
So that's it for today's coverage. That's it for our report for now. We'll be reporting more about the evening program later on, and we'll also have recaps then. So I am Russell Koo.
And I'm Cara Oliver, and this has been our coverage.
So that's it.
That's it.
Um,
See you later.
See you later and happy Pride. Rappler, Makati City.